Alright boys, another day, which means I have another video of free picks for y'all. And finally, our win streak came to an end. We had 8 winning videos in a row, but finally it came to an end. In our last video, we went 1 for 2. I'll quickly show you what happened. Right here, we had Malik Beasley over points first. He hit with ease. Then we had Kelly Oubre under points. He hit with about 2 minutes left in the game. He finished with 18, so barely went over that mark. And then Jalen Wells didn't really get too close. He had 10 points plus assists. I really did like that. He just didn't come out and play as well as I thought he was going to. And Kelly Oubre, man, to be honest with you, he should have hit his under. He actually played bad like I thought he was going to, but he just had so many opportunities to score, and he had so many attempts that it led to him going over this mark, which obviously is annoying, but sometimes stuff like that happens. So, like I said, our first losing day in a very long time. Overall, in our past 37 picks, we're 25 and 12, so obviously overall we're still really profitable. And then as far as win percentage goes, we're sitting at a 68% win percentage, which obviously is really good as well. We're going to continue that. We're going to get back on track in today's video. All I ask is if you like free picks just like this, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes because I'm not even trying to sell you VIP. I just want to prove to you that my picks do win, so I'm going to continue to give them out for free. So with that being said, subscribe, like, and let's get right into these picks. All right, so let's go ahead and head over here. And the first pick that I have for you is that guy Malik Beasley once again at this point line to go over his points at just 15.5. As you can see, in his last 30 games, he's hit this mark 20 times, which is over 66%, which is obviously really good. He's hitting over this mark over the season so far, averaging 16.3 a game. And then in his last 30, he's averaging 16.7 a game. So obviously, like I said, it looks good right up front. But when you add to that just like in last video I showed you, and Jaden Ivey doesn't play, Malik Beasley plays a lot better, and right here he's hitting this mark at a 73% rate 14 times in his last 19 games where Jaden Ivey didn't play, and that right there already makes me really confident in this pick. Now to go along with this, there's also even more reasoning why I think he's going to go over this 15.5 point mark, and that starts with number one, that in his head-to-head matchups against the Hawks, he has went over in back-to-back games. He went over back in January just about 2 weeks ago pretty easily, and then back in November he cruised over as well, scoring 22 points. And I think that's just because the Hawks are a really good matchup for what Malik Beasley wants to do. So if we just scroll down here and take a look at what Malik Beasley does, you can see pretty quickly that he scores 55% of his points in above the break threes. And what's great is when you look at the opposing defense, they are 29th in allowing that. So if Malik Beasley scores the majority of his points from there and the team he's playing against allows a lot of threes to take place, obviously that's when you want to be taking his over. And then when you add to that he scores 32% of his points as a spot up, they're 18th ranked against that, which obviously isn't the greatest. It's bottom half in the NBA. He scores 22% in transition, which is obviously bottom 6 in the NBA, and he scores 14% of his points off a screen, which the Hawks are bottom 5 in. And when you combine that with the fact that in the 2 times that he's played him this season, he's easily went over, and just the fact that he's been going over this line all year long already, I just don't see a reason why you wouldn't take this over once again. He cashed out for us yesterday. He scored 19 points, which would have been over this line. And against the Hawks, I think he's going to do that again. So go take this over at 15.5. Hopefully it doesn't raise any more than that. I would probably take it up to 16.5, but that's where I'd cut it off. Try to get it at 15.5 if you can, though. I think it's an easy cash. So that's going to be my first official pick. My second official pick, we're going to go over to this Kings game where they're playing the Timberwolves. And we're going to take a look at that guy Sabonis. And we're going to look at his assist line at 7.5. As you can see right here, he's only hitting the over on these assists at a 30% rate in his last 30 games, 9 out of 30 times. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be taking the under here. Sabonis, as you can see, is only averaging 6.5 assists a game on the season. And like I said, in his last 30, he's only hitting it at a 30% rate, which is really low. But what I love about this is Sabonis is expected to play 38 minutes in this game. It's always good to look at what players do when they play the minutes they're supposed to. And right here, we're going to put it at 35 to 41 minutes. So just have him in that range of 38. And you can see right here that his line gets even worse, which is actually pretty crazy. The only time he hits this over is when he plays 40 plus minutes. As you can see here, that's really only when his hit rate gets high, and he's probably not going to play that many minutes in this game, and that's another reason why I like this over so much. He's probably going to play, like I said, somewhere in the range of 35 to 41 minutes, and if he plays that amount, he obviously doesn't hit it very much. And what I love about this is that if you go ahead and you look at the Timberwolves and what they do on defense, They are a top 5 team in the NBA in assists allowed. And if you add that filter to the equation, let's see what he does when he faces top 10 teams in assists. You're going to see that he has a 12.5% hit rate. And if we take that off and we also look and consider the Timberwolves are a top 10 defense overall, you can add that into the equation. And what you're going to see is that he hits at an even lower rate there at 9.1%. So combining both of those things together is just ridiculous. And I really just don't see a way that he goes over 7.5 assists, because that is quite a bit. Now, even though that's a lot of good reasoning and it should make you confident in the pick, I want to make you even more confident in it. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take off these filters, and I'm just going to simply look at what he's done against the Timberwolves in the past. And as you can see right here, he hasn't even got close to this line in the past. And that's the next reason and the main reason why I like this pick so much. Take the assists under at 7.5. He hasn't hit it one time against the Timberwolves this season, and he's played them 3 times. And that's obviously a really good sign to see. Now, obviously, you can also scroll down here and see that similar players to Sabonis haven't been hitting their line very consistently either. They're just hitting it at a 33% rate. So that just adds on to it. So that's why I like this pick. I like the under. Go take it. My second official pick. And that right there gives you 2 picks that I like quite a bit. Now, for my third and final pick, I'm just going to go over to the Wizards game here. And we're going to take a look at that guy, Michael Brogdon, and what he does when it comes to rebounds plus assists. As you can see right here, this hit rate should give you a tell sign of what I'm going at here. I'm going to be taking the over at this 6.5 line. He's averaging 8.1 on the season. He's hit it in 14 of the 19 games that he's played this year. And when you add to that he's played the Hornets twice and he's went over both times, it makes this pick just that much better. He's shown in the past that he's able to get rebounds and assists against this team. And then when you add to it that we're also not going to see Alexander Sarr in this game, he obviously goes over at a 100% rate when he doesn't play. And then when you scroll down and see that Marvin Bagley isn't going to play either, we can take him off and we see that he hits at an even higher rate in 9 out of his 11 games where he didn't play. And that just makes me so confident in this pick. It's always good to look at what players do when there's injuries. And right here, he plays even better with the injuries, and that's what you want to see. If you ever see a guy's hit rate go down when injuries occur, obviously you want to be a little bit scared of taking the pick that you were going with. But right here, it goes along with our pick. And then just to top everything off, I do want to mention that the Hornets aren't terrible when it comes to assists allowed and rebounds allowed. They're actually 13th in assists and 16th in rebounds. So while, yeah, they're not terrible, they're not great either. They're around the middle of the pack. And that's why I'm really confident in this pick. Go crush the over at 6.5. And I think we're going to make a lot of money off these 3 picks. So real quick, let's recap. I got Malik Beasley to go over 15.5 points. I love this. Gave you a lot of good reasonings for it. Same thing with Sabonis. A lot of good reasoning. I'm thinking he's going to go under his assists at 7.5. And then finally the pick that we just went over, Malcolm Brogdon, to go over rebounds plus assists at 6.5. I think these all cash. I'm really confident we can get back on track with this video. All I ask from you, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you want more free picks just like this. I put a lot of time into this. I put hours of research in trying to find good picks for you. So all I ask is you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and until next time, let's all go print some money.